Beginning. Find the coordinates of Q. Coordinates of Q are the intersection of the lines L and K. What I'm going to do straight away is make a quadratic equation out of both of them. So we're going to get 2x minus 5y equals 9. 3x minus 2y equals 8. When you draw two lines, when you solve a simultaneous equation, you always find the point of intersection. It's the way they work. That isn't in your notes. You've got to memorize that off by heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the y's. So I'm going to multiply the top one by minus 2. So I'm going to get minus 4x plus 10y equals minus 18. I'm going to multiply the bottom one by plus 5. I'm going to get 15x minus 10y equals 40. Then I'm going to take them away. I'm going to get 11x equals 22. I'm going to get x equals 2. Once I find out the answer for x, I'm then going to sub it into equation A, where 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 5y therefore equals 9. Bring the 5y to the right, the 9 to the left, and what I'm going to get is 4 minus 9 equals 5y. 5y equals minus 5. Y therefore equals minus 1. The answer for that point is 2 minus 1. Alright, and there's nothing else to be gained from the workings there. So that's 2 minus 1. Now that that's done, what we're going to do next is we're going to, it asks me next for the equation of a line. So it goes, find the equation of the line J such that L is perpendicular to J. Q is a point that's on J. So here's what we do here. We get line L and get y on its own. So we move the 5y to one side, and what we're going to get is 2x minus 9 equals 5y. Bring it over here, switch it around, 5y equals 2x minus 9. Y equals 2 over 5. You always have to get y on its own to make this work. And this mimics the formula y equals mx plus c. M is the slope. It's the number that comes in front of the x value. The slope of L is equal to 2 over 5. If you have a line that's perpendicular to that slope, you turn it upside down, change the sign. Therefore, the line J, slope of J therefore has to be minus 5 over 2. A lot of minus signs went astray in that question. You got to keep an eye out for them. Okay? Now that I know that that's the slope, I then write down the equation of a line formula. Y equals mx plus c will not help me. It won't help me because I don't know where it intercepts the y-axis. I need to know the c value to use that. I do not know it. Therefore, that equation is the wrong choice. The correct choice, however, is y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. And in this question, it's 2 minus 1. So x1 is 2, y1 is minus 1. Replace it in. We're going to get y minus minus 1 gives us plus 1. Minus 5 over 2 bracket x minus 2. Cross multiply the 2, 2y plus 2 equals minus 5x plus 10. Bring the 5x over the other side, we get 5x plus 2y. Bring the 10 over the other side, we get minus 8 equals 0. That's the answer there. Part 3. Show that the point 4 minus 6 is on the line J. So if 4 minus 6 is on the line J, what we need to do is we need to substitute in x equals 4, y equals minus 6. The equation should balance, which means that the equation will balance on both sides. This means the point is on the line. Once again, this is learnt off by heart. There's just learnt off by heart. Alright? So replace x with 4. 5 times 4. 2 times minus 6 minus 8 equals 0. 20 minus 12 minus 8 equals 0. Then we have 0 equals 0. This point is on the line J. Now guys, axial symmetry. What axial symmetry means is this. Okay? What axial symmetry means is you have a line like this and you have a point on the outside of the line. What you need to do is you need to figure out how close the point is to this line, and you need to reflect it out the same distance to your side. We have vital information on this stuff. We know that L is this line here. L contains the point 2 minus 1. Would everybody agree with that? In question 2, we got a line that is perpendicular to L. This line that's perpendicular to L is called J. We know what J, we know a point on J. In fact, we know 2 points on J. We know 2 minus 1 is on J because we made it that way from the information in part 2. And in part 3, we verified that 4 minus 6 is also on J. So all I have to figure out is, how do I turn this point into this point and then move it the same distance to your side? So look at this. 4 turns into a 2. So the rule is minus 2 to x. This is called a translation. Minus 6 to minus 1 is plus 5 to y. Do the same thing to this point here and bring it up. So 2 minus 2 to that is going to get me 0. Add 5 onto that, 0, 4. Okay, I think one person got it out. Well done. Well done, Carol. Moving on. Okay, guys. Next question. These are the vertices of a triangle ABC. Find the two values of k. You can't use a half base by height because you don't know it's a right angled triangle. This is your formula. The problem is with this formula is you have 3 points, and in this formula you only use 2 points. It means you got to change one of the points to 0, 0. I'm going to change 6k to 0, 0. You can change any of them you want. And the rule for me is going to be minus 6 to x and minus k to y. Now that we've done this, I'm now going to look at the point A. I have to take 6 away from it. So when I take 6 away from it, it's going to turn into the point... it's going to turn into 1. And take away k. Now this is a big mistake from everybody. When you take k away from 4, you don't multiply them. Some people are writing down 4k. That's wrong. You take them away from each other. So it's minus 4 minus k. That's going to be x1, y1. And then we have b, which is 4, 2. And that's going to, once again, get changed to minus 2. And then it's current 2, we need to take away k from, 2 minus k. So that is also x2, y2. Put it into your formula, which is going to be equal to 9. 9 equals a half x1 times y2 minus x2 y1. Now guys, the trick here is keeping an eye on the minus signs. See this minus here and this minus here? That makes plus 2. Is that correct? Now we're going to multiply it out. We're going to get 9 equals a half 2 minus k and then it's going to be minus just give me a second. Minus 8 minus 2k. Stop there. 9 equals a half minus 3k minus 6. The only other answer that's allowed, if you did it a completely different way than me, you'd get something like this. It has to be one or the other. Now, here's where we really encountered problems. A lot of us got to here and then hit the wall. First of all, bring up the 2. And we're going to get minus 3k minus 6 equals 18. These two lines mean the following. You can do it 2 ways. Method A is to square both sides and do a quadratic equation. We're all capable of doing that. Problem is, it takes more time. Second method is, what two numbers... These lines here mean the modulus, which means the positive value. Only 2 numbers give you an answer of 18. Minus 18 and plus 18. So the quick way of doing it would be to do this. Minus 3k minus 6 has to be equal to 8 then, or minus 3k minus 6 has to be equal to minus 8 then. Some of you who got one answer correctly picked up a lot of marks, but to my knowledge nobody got the full 15. Okay, so we're going to bring this over to your side. We get minus 3k equals 24, divide it in, k equals minus 8. Bring the 6 over, we get minus 3k equals minus 12, k equals 4. That's your two answers there. Some people got k equals 4, but you didn't get k equals minus 8. Moving on. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Alright guys, this one here, you got to use the formula, question 3. It's an internal, this is in your notes, this is in your maths tables, and some people are using the wrong formula. Okay? We get bx1, so it's talking about the internal point between these 2 points here, okay? Now let me tell you what this means. by1 plus ay2 all over b plus a. What this question actually means is this. You have a line AB. A being here, B being here. You want a point C in the middle, or around here, so that AC is 3 times longer than CB. That's what this question means. Then you go right into your formula and you write down your figures. x1 is going to be minus 4. y1 is going to be 3. x2 is going to be 6. y2 is going to be minus 12. A is equal to 3. B equals 1. Put everything into your formula. You're going to get, what is it? 1 times minus 4 plus 3 times 6 all over 4. And then the other one's going to be 1 times 3. What's the next one then? Plus 3 times minus 3 times minus 12 all over 4. 4 is 1 plus 3, b plus a. Put them into your calculator. This one to the right will come out at 3.5, or sorry, to the left will come out as 3.5. The one to the right will come out as 8 minus 8.25. And that's your answer. That's easy pickings, guys. Okay? Next one, which is I consider the hardest question on the test, is this one here. You have a point called 1, 2. You have 2 lines that pass through the point 4, 1. And I put 4, 1 up here. These 2 lines cross in such a way that the distance to both lines, the perpendicular distance from both lines to the point 1, 2 is 2 root 2. That's the visual. Problem is, we don't know the slopes of these lines. We only know one point that's on the line. So the first thing you need to write down is the distance formula. D equals ax1 plus by1 plus c all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. What does a, b and c stand for? A, b and c stands for a line equation like this. Now the problem is, I don't even know where to begin. The only thing I can fill out is the 2 root 2. That's the only thing I've got. And then I'm stuck there. I do know a point that's on the line. I know that the equation of a line, I need an equation of the line, because that's what this formula represents. And that's how I find my a, b and c value. So I go y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. I know that, don't get these points mixed up. It's not 1, 2, it's the point it contains it. So it's 4, 1 is what we're looking for. x1 equals 4, y1 equals 1. Put it in. We get y minus 1 equals m bracket x minus 4. Multiply out. And we get y minus 1 equals mx minus 4m. Bring it all to one side. We're going to get mx minus y, or minus 1y. And then we're going to get minus 4m plus 1. to my knowledge. Or 1 minus 4m, whichever way you want to write it, equals 0. Now, compare this equation to the equation I have above. What is your A, B and C value? A is what, guys? A is M, B minus 1, C 1 minus 4m. Okay, now that we have these three values, we're then going to go up here and we're going to figure out what is this. Okay, 2 root 2, I'll do it in green now. 2 root 2 equals the square root of A, which is m times, now what's x1 this time around, guys? x1, y1 represents the point that the perpendicular that the line is from. So x1, y1 is now 1 and 2. Okay, that's the way the equation works. It's the distance of the line to the point, and x1, y1 represents that point. So it's going to be m times 1 plus b, oh sorry, m times 4, excuse me. Oh wait, sorry, m times 1, because that's it there, plus minus 1, which is the y value, times b value, y1, minus 1 times 2, and then plus 1 minus 4m, which is the third part, close bracket, on the bottom. Square root of a squared plus b squared. A squared being, what's a again? M. So m squared plus minus 1 squared. What's minus 1 squared? Just plus 1. Okay. Now that that's done, what we're going to do next is we need to tidy up the bracket here. So to save time, I'm just going to do it like this. 1 minus 2 plus 1 minus 4m. And then what I'm going to get here is minus 3m minus 1 on top. On the bottom we're going to get m squared plus 1. Then I'm going to get 2 root 2. Okay, guys?
It's not m plus 2.
No.
It's 2 minus 1.
It's minus 2.
Oh, yeah.
Minus 2 plus 1 is, yeah, alright. Alright guys, square both sides. When you square both sides, and a lot of you are making this mistake as well. When you square both sides, you get 2 root 2 squared, which is 8. And what I have to do is minus 3 minus 1 minus 3m minus 1. That's the top squared, and the bottom squared is going to be m squared plus 1. Cross multiply, 8m squared plus 8. Multiply these out. 9m squared plus 3m plus 3m plus 1. Bring it all to one side. That's 6m here. So it's going to be 9m squared minus 8m squared gets me 1m squared. 3m plus 3m, still 6m. 1 minus 8 gets me minus 7 equals 0. That's my equation. M plus 7, m minus 1. Reference number would have been minus 7 equals to 0. M equals minus 7, m equals 1. Okay. Read the language of the question. Am I done yet? If it said find the slopes, I'm done. But it doesn't say find the slopes. It says find the equation. I'm not done yet. Okay? So, now that I know my two n values, what's going to happen next is I'm going to have to use them in my formula. So I'm going to go back to the top, and you see where this formula was a minute ago? See that formula there? All I got to do is sub in my n values. I think one person got this out. Who was it again? Keane. Oh, yourself. Yeah, well done. Very good. Andrew Burns. Okay. Now, Now guys, replace m with minus 7. So we're going to get minus 7m minus 1y plus 1 minus 4 times minus 7 equals 0. Minus, oh sorry, not 7m, it's 7x, excuse me. Okay, because m is minus 7. So you're going to get minus 7x minus 1y plus 29 equals 0. That's one equation. The second equation is replace it with 1s. When we replace it with 1, we're going to get 1x minus 1y plus 1 minus 4 times 1 equals 0. And what we get here is x minus y minus 3 equals 0. In a nutshell, what happens is, guys, there's a point here. This point is called 4,1. Is that the point that's on both lines?
Yeah.
4,1. One of these equations is the green line. One of these equations is the red line. They both contain the point 4 minus 1. In between them is the point 1, 2, which is in here. And the point 1, 2, when I draw a perpendicular distance to both graphs, the distance turns out to be 2 root 2. And that's the way that full system works. Okay? Now that that's done, we're now going to the next question, which is find the measure of the obtuse angle between the lines 3x minus 5y plus 2 and x plus 4y plus 5. Tan theta equals plus or minus m1 minus m2 over m2 minus m1 minus m2, 1 minus m1 m2. Another way of writing that is the modulus, but the modulus isn't in your tables. Oh, it's plus on the bottom. Now, once again, two lines, each has a slope. We either want the obtuse angle, which is usually the negative version, or the acute angle, which is the positive version. So here's what happens. Step 1, find the slope of the two of these. Get y on its own. 5y moves over to your side. 5y equals 3x plus 2. Y equals 3 over 5x plus 2 over 5. M equals 3 over 5, m1. Next one, move x and minus 5 over to your side. 4y equals minus x minus 5. Y equals minus x over 4 minus 5 over 4. Slope of m2 is minus a quarter. Put it into your formula. Now that we put into our formula, what we're going to get is 3/5 minus a quarter divided by 1 plus 3/5 minus a quarter. Put all of that into your calculator. You no need to mess about there, because you can just put it straight away into the calculator. And what you're going to get is tan theta. Tan theta equals the modulus of. I got the modulus of, is it 1 or minus 1? 1. What? 1. Now, this means two things. It means tan theta equals 1 or tan theta equals minus 1. It's not 1 because that will give you the acute angle of 45 degrees. But that will help you out, won't it? If that's 45, what does the other angle have to be? 135 degrees. Alright guys, that's everything on the tests.